bag. Let's go. Your bag. You better get your bag. Your bag. You better get your bag. Yeah. Your bag. You better get your bag. Your bag. Fuck what you heard. Now you gotta get in your bag. So you get cash and mad. Don't try to bring my bag. You better get your bag. Your bag. You better get your bag. Your bag. Yeah. The cat don't stop for nobody. Put up in a Porsche and I left in a Audi.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. Today is Wednesday, the 27th, and this will be uploaded tomorrow on the 28th, and it'll be my final video because I told you guys I was gonna make it. Yay! But today's video is going to be pretty simple and informative because I like to do those every now and again and give you guys tips and tricks and share things with you. It just itch. And so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some writing tips. Now, I know some of you guys may be thinking, this doesn't even apply to me. Stay and watch it anyway, because you never know, it just might. These can be tips you're using. Lord, I can't even talk. That's my problem. You can use these tips if you're free writing, if you're trying to write a book, if you're writing an essay for class or writing an essay for a scholarship, anything, you can use these tips. And so I got my handy dandy list here because I always do. And yeah, make sure that you guys like this video. Make sure that you subscribe. When you subscribe, invite a friend or 10 to come check out my channel and some of my content. So I'm pretty awesome over here, you know what I'm saying? More people need to know that. So go tell them. Right now, I'm gonna wait for you.
12 seconds later.
Okay, all right, awesome. So yeah, and then, well, dang, what else I said? I said like, subscribe. See, that's my problem. I shouldn't have waited because then I got sidetracked. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and share. And let's get into the video. I'm ready to give you guys these tips. Okay, so these are tips that helped me a lot, and I have 7 of them here. But you can break it up however you want to. Like one of them, I have like sub points, and so yeah, it could be 7 or 10, whichever, it doesn't matter. I have 7 bullet points here, and they're tips that really helped me like a lot, that I noticed when I'm writing, and also that I gained from other people, teachers and stuff like that. And what inspired this video is that I'm writing another scholarship, not another scholarship, Lord, I'm writing another essay for another scholarship. And I'm going in on Friday to meet with one of my professors to kind of talk about it and get some pointers and stuff like that. And so that's what inspired this video. And I'm just like, I want to help you guys with some things that have really helped me, especially if you're transitioning from high school to college. Like, it's a whole new ballpark. And I learned that the hard way. I'm going to share a secret that I was probably never going to share with anybody else, but I mean, might as well. I got a D on my first college essay, like, and I was mind blown because in high school I got A's and B's on all my essays, maybe like 2 C's in my entire high school career. Other than that, like, all my essays were superb. At least that's what I thought anyway. And like now when I go back, because I save all my papers, ooh, that's a tip too. Maybe you should do that. So 8 tips. Save your papers, not to reuse them, but to kind of just go back and just like see your growth and just see places where you're like, ooh, I shoulda or I coulda did this, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I got a D in my first college paper, and I was like, oh no, this is not cutting it. This is horrible. And then my second one, I got a B, so I was really happy with that. And then I got an A on my third one, and it's just like you get to see your growth and stuff. So one day I'm going to do a video and going to show you guys some actual, and I said I'm going to show you guys, and I will show you guys some actual like techniques that I learned, like actual techniques. But for right now, I'm just going to give you guys some tips because I'm just talking. So the first one is to do an outline. Outlines are mad important, and I learned that in college because for a class that I took, it was required for us to have an outline before we turned in any paper. We always had to turn in an outline, or else she wasn't taking it. It wasn't happening. So I never did outlines in high school. I did like one outline, and that was because my AVID teacher made me, and she's like, I'm not going to help you with your paper if you don't make an outline, especially because I'm one of those people, like when I'm writing, I just get blocks, and then like I'll like remember something that should be important or something that I should put in my paper, and I'll just put it somewhere as I'm like thinking about it, and then like my paper doesn't make any sense, and it's just like horrible. So outlines really, really, really help. Like I said, no matter what kind of writing you're doing, you should make an outline. And then that way too, it makes it a lot easier when you go to actually write the paper. So then all you have to do is just like jot in the other information, if that makes any sense. Like your outline should be the outline of your paper, and then you just go back and add information. Like you shouldn't have to do all that extra stuff with your outline, because it's literally there to help you. And it helps with organization as well for your writing. The second thing, start with the body. I never do this. I always start with an introduction, but I did notice on one of my papers I had to start with the body, and that's why I'm sharing this tip, because it might be very useful for some people to start with the body paragraphs and then go back and do an introduction and a conclusion, especially because your introduction, you're supposed to start very broad, very big, and then work your way down kind of like this, just, you know, big general idea, and then boom, down here the specific stuff, you know, like your thesis and everything like that, or whatever kind of paper you're writing. And so for some people it helps to start with the body, so that way you can kind of just see the points that you need to address and things like that in your introduction. And that's actually how my friend writes her papers, and she has no problem with it. So if you need to, start with all the guts, the body. Third thing, I wrote that clarity is important. And my tips for this are to use good examples, and to save the best for last. And what I mean by this is like, you know, like say you're writing an argumentative essay, and you have to have like 3 main points or whatever. Save your best argument for the last paragraph. Start with like, I don't want to say like the weaker one, because they should all be strong, but start with like the one, maybe there's not that much information or whatever, so start with that one, then get a little stronger, and then end with the strongest. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you're outlining it nice and clear, and that way when you use your examples to follow up like whatever statement you make and stuff like that, that everything is just clear. So with clarity, I mean to like clarify what you're talking about, and use examples to do that, but also to just write in plain English. And that'll lead into another tip that I'll mention a little later, and that's something, clarity is something that I really, and like conciseness is something that I really struggled with a lot with my writing, because like I said, I just ramble, or like something will pop in my head and I'll just write it, instead of like, you know, trying like, is this really important or not, which that's another tip. I'll actually mention that with my next point, not my next point, but a point later. Fourth thing, time management. This is very important. Basically with this, just make sure that you're starting your essays early, especially while you're writing piece early, especially your outline and stuff like that, and especially if you have like a deadline to meet, and so that way also that you have time to ask for help if you need it, have people proofread and everything like that, and that way you're not trying to cram it all in like a 7-page paper 2 nights before it's due, or the night before it's due, or the day that it's due, because I had one of those days before. But yeah, time management is very important with writing. Number 5, I think. Yeah, number 5. Stop trying to be fancy. This is something I had to learn, and I'm still working on it actually. I'm a person, I love to use adjectives. I really cannot help it. I'll look up a word, and sometimes they're words that I don't even know what they mean. They just sound nice, and I'm just being honest. Stop trying to be fancy. It's not that important, because you want to write in ways that you understand, first of all, and also in ways that the reader will understand. Especially a lot of time, like teachers and professors and stuff, they know when you have probably just looked up the word and tried to be extra or whatever, and they don't really like that. They like for you to just be very organic with your writing, and so don't feel like you have to try extra hard. Even though it wasn't my thing that I wanted to try extra hard, it was just that I liked flavor and and like I just love adjectives, and I felt like I needed to be descriptive all the time, which goes back to that clarity. It's not that important. Just get the basics. You know what I'm saying? Touch everything that you need to do. All that extra stuff, they don't care. They don't care at all. Sixth thing, proofread. This is very, very important. An example that I can give you is a scholarship paper that I just turned in not too long ago. I had proofread it myself, and I saw nothing wrong with it. Then I sent it to my mom, and she proofread it. She was like, "Oh, you wrote the word life back to back," and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, ooh. So with proofreading, you want to proofread it yourself, but also have a few other people proofread it for you, so that way you don't run into mistakes like that, or you can fix mistakes like that actually, or like punctuation, maybe spelling and stuff like that. And so proofreading is very, very, very important. Don't just finish the paper and turn it in. That's why time management is also important, because I know once you like finish that paper, if it's like the day of, you don't even feel like going back to read it because you just wrote like 4 pages and you're just gonna turn it in. Like, no, don't do that. And the last thing, have fun and eliminate any distractions. The having fun part is very important. Depending on what kind of paper or writing that you're doing, because like if you're writing a story, of course you want to have fun with it. If you're writing an argumentative paper, if you get to choose a topic, always choose something that you're passionate about, always, because it'll make the writing process so much easier. And eliminating distractions if you need to, honestly, because some people, you can be in loud environments and do perfectly fine, but you just want to focus on your writing at that time. And so yeah, those are my writing tips for you guys. I hope that they are very useful. Again, you can use these for whatever kind of writing it is that you're doing. And so good luck. If anyone else has any other writing tips, please put them down in the comments below for myself and others to read. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. And I'm out. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Come on. Put your glass in the air. Let your hair flow everywhere. It's the